What's up, fam? We back with another one. For this one, we got Flocko on the screen, as y'all see, and he gonna be talking about Keith Lee. If y'all don't know who that is, some dude. I forgot exactly where he's from. I think he's from Detroit. I'm not sure where he's from, but he started his platform a while ago, and he goes around and he tries food out, and he gives his opinion out, and his channel is viral. Um, then on top of that, you got Destination Smokehouse, which for a lot of people who don't know, because they're on an up and coming, um, they've been having some viral videos about how their is really good. A lot of famous people came out there to check them out and said their food is good. But I guess there's some back and forth going between him and Destination Smokehouse and Keith Lee. So we finna get into that. Yeah, drop a like, comment, subscribe. If you're rocking with me, man, share the channel. Other than that, make sure y'all got y'all grab a leaf. Where's that? Get y'all grab a leaf. And yeah, chill with me, man. Let's check out this video, see what's going on.
The Keith Lee and Destination Smokehouse drama has gotten worse. This new update is proving there's something very scandalous and shady going on behind the old man's back. In our last video, we discussed how Keith Lee went to Destination Smokehouse to do a food review. At the end of the food review, he tried to link up with this old man from the viral videos. However, he couldn't meet up with the old man. Keith Lee documented himself going to the bank, pulling out a couple of $1,000s, then going back to the restaurant to give it to the old man, Walter. However, he was turned away, and he documented the entire thing. And this interaction at the end of the Keith Lee video brought a lot of hate and backlash to this restaurant. Before the video even gets started, I want to put y'all onto the best money play right now on the internet called Free Cash. These folks is literally paying you to play video games, bro. Like little mini games like this, you hop on your phone, you play them, and you get paid. Go to the app and get started.
Wheat, cinnamon, a lot of spices and flavors. 8 out of 10. For me, the standout is absolutely the oxtail. But past the oxtail, the standout is unk. Not only in my opinion is it extremely hard to get people engaged like that, to show your true personality, to be yourself, no matter how fast things take off in the space. I don't think he intended for it to go the way it's going. I think he just wants to show his love of food and his love of what it is that he's doing.
Yeah.
I'm personally taking $5,000 out of my own bank, and we going to say happy holidays to
So, update. We could not get to Unc. Security said it was over with for the day. They said that he was filming something. I believe he was filming a podcast. We had $5,000 in cash, or $4,000 in cash that we was going to give him a hand. They didn't take it, so we're not only going to take this money and feed some people, but we just going to do what we feel like we're supposed to do in the community with.
And as always, I
respect
pray and
that.
hope that they continue to reach their target audience. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
Obviously, Keith Lee fans were upset.
Hey,
that
I'm
Keith
finna
Lee
spark
never
this
got
blunt,
to meet the
so,
old
yeah.
man. They thought the restaurant was not hospitable to Keith Lee. So that was one set of the backlash. The other set of the backlash came from people who found out for the first time through this Keith Lee video this restaurant was not black owned. That led to think pieces on.
I ain't gonna lie. Let's talk about it. Because then again, all you see is when you hear Destination Smokehouse, you see the OG, you see OG. And your first thought is to think, yeah, he owns stuff. Yeah, he owns it. It's his building. He doing all this for it. But the dude Nick, the guy, the white man, Nick owns it. And there's nothing against him. It seems like they got a good relationship, in my opinion, from what I see. Then again, you never know what's going on behind closed doors. But if they got a good relationship, shit, I say let it be what it is. I'm quite sure Nick looking out for him, especially as big as without without OG, his destinations wouldn't be as big as it is right now. So I'm quite sure he's looking out for him on the back end. But yeah, it threw me for a loop when I found out that bro was owning it. I thought he was just another cook or something. I thought it was all OG's restaurant. But
On social media.
Finding out that Tenderism destination was not black owned was not on my bingo card in 2025. Especially people that talk about, well, me, as somebody that talks about generational trauma. and reparations. For everybody saying, I don't see the problem with it. The fact that this man was able to grow a business is exactly what slaves did in this country. We picked cotton, we made the US billions, and then they gave us our freedom, and now we're still fighting for reparations in 2025, while every other nationality that has ever been wronged in this country has pretty much received some type of reparation.
In my original video, I completely dismissed what she was saying. I called it nonsense, hogwash. Like, you don't, like Jared Fogle isn't owed ownership because Jared Fogle did a masterful commercial for Subway. Jay from State Farm isn't owed ownership from State Farm. When you do a successful commercial and become a face of a brand, you aren't really owed ownership of that particular brand. That was my mindset. Now, ever since I found out a little bit more, I found out that, the recipe that they're using and the ingredients is actually Walter's recipe for all the smokehouses. So if it's his recipe, I think ownership is deserved. They even came out and said they gave Walter ownership. But some more information has came out ever since, and I must say, man, I got
Talk to us, Flacco.
Because something very shady is going on here. I want to say I owe a humble apology to all the people in the comment section who I call lunatics and unemployed weirdos, who was brave enough to say something that's going on here is making me uncomfortable. And my discernment is telling me that something is up. And I don't know what, but I just feel uncomfortable. I was wrong for saying y'all are crazy because the new information that has surfaced, y'all are 100% right to feel uneasy because I felt uneasy after learning this new information.
Talk to us, Flacco.
So in their response to Keith Lee,
right,
the restaurant and Walter and like everybody came out and said that Walter is an owner, that he's the owner of the restaurant. Keith Lee don't need to feel sorry for him. He don't need $4,000. He's an owner. He got big money. They was gassing up Walter and said, yo, you are an owner of the restaurant. So I felt good for the old man. But the new information to come out would actually say the contrary.
So that's basically what I was doing.
And he didn't tell you who he was.
He didn't tell me who he was at first. He didn't tell me. So when he walked up, he told Gio.
And Gio didn't know.
And Gio didn't know. Right. When he came to me, he said, hey, I got this amount of money. I'm not going to disclose it. He said, I got this amount of money I want to give to to ask a couple of questions. So when I saw that, I was just like, oh, man, he's just like 8,000 people that comes in here want to talk to Hey, bro, they busy right now doing something. I told them what they were doing.
Oh, okay,
and, at first it was a little pushy.
Sound like it's a big old thing getting blown out proportion. There's a big miscommunication that's getting blown out proportion. It seems like proportion. It seems like they didn't know who he was. They didn't know, they wasn't too fond or not fond, but they wasn't educated upon his channel and what he does for a living. So that could play it because then again, his personality, the OG or Unc, whatever y'all want to call him, but he's a personality. He's a character, and I got plenty of people. My grandfather is a character, and a lot of people just like being around him. And with that, you got a lot of people come to. Then again, he is the one too, also who blew up Destinations. Everyone seeing about it from all across the world, and they see his face behind Destinations most of the time, more likely. So therefore, everybody want to come in and talk to him. They see his personality. They want to see if that personality they see on the camera is the same in reality. So I can understand him saying a lot of people want to come talk to Unc all the time and we got to shut it down because he'd be busy doing stuff. So I can understand that, but I can also understand him shutting him down because he didn't know who he was. Quite sure if he knew who Keith Lee was, he would have let him come through and do what he wanted to do. They probably could have did some a collab or anything. Who knows? Like, you know what I'm saying?
About it. I was like, look, I don't know how long he's going to be. If you guys want to wait, you can. But, I'm not trying to be mean or nothing, but he's doing something right now, bro. I'm not going to go get him for a couple of questions.
Oh, so you gave Keith the opportunity, the option to wait, and he decided to leave?
Yeah, because I told him, I said, I don't know how long he's going to be, but if you want to wait, you can. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Then again, I'm quite sure Keith Lee a busy man himself. He got things to do. And he obviously turned that into a little bit of content or whatever. He gave out money, helped the homeless.
Okay,
And I respect
there were
that.
some circumstances that happened after the fact with other people that he talked to that opened our eyes up to why he probably felt the way that he did. Even the way that he approached it, he didn't ask for anybody else. There's a lot of people visible on social media. To offer a tip to a business owner was crazy. That was the other thing too, is like he really thinks Walt is like this helpless guy who needs his help. How are you going to tip a business owner? Tip the whole staff.
How you going to tip the owner? Tip the whole staff. So that right there was confirmation.
Well, I ain't trying to be rude. I get what bro is saying as far as tip the whole staff, but it ain't like he gave you a $20 tip. The man came up and gave you some racks. If you wanted to bless the whole staff, what you could have did is, being that you didn't want the tip, you could have took the tip and gave it to your staff, broke it down evenly to your staff instead of taking a tip for yourself. If that's, man, that's crazy. You complaining about him not giving it to the whole staff when he gave you 5 racks. You could have easily distributed that between your team. Like,
that Walter is owner of the Destination Smokehouse. Well, an attorney did her research, and what she found out is Walter may be getting exploited and taken advantage of on the business side of things. He don't got his ducks in a row.
Mr. Tenderism is in tender trouble. There are a total of 4 trademark applications pending for the word tenderism, and unfortunately, Mr. Tenderism is not an applicant on any of those applications.
That's a major red flag, and something really wrong with that picture. Mr. Tenderism is literally...
No cap. He should have, before he even started with that word, he should have trademarked it, because boy, his food be showing tenderism, no cap, and he came up with that little slang word before anybody else. No cap, he should have trademarked that. That's
and his catchphrase. So if you don't have an application in to own a trademark, but people around you do, that's a major problem. That's like a major issue and a red flag that you should probably check. Because if people around you really love you, then they would help you apply. They won't be applying to own it for themselves.
That should instantly be trademarked.
I'm Attorney Candace. Let's talk about what we can do to help save Mr. Tenderism's brand so he doesn't end up like Ain't She Mama. Remember Ain't She Mama on the syrup? She never got credit.
Right.
Now, just as a recap for people who may not know Mr. Tenderism, he got his fame here on TikTok after doing videos showing his barbecue falling right off the bone, and he would say the word tenderism. All right, check it out.
I'm telling y'all about tenderness. But I'm saying, do that look like?
Now, social media has recently been in an uproar because the public has discovered Kenneth L. Harris has filed a trademark for the word tenderism.
He's a black attorney. He has nothing to do with Walter. He has nothing to do with tenderism. Yet he has a trademark out. Now, I don't know if he gave a statement or if people are just making this up. But what's going around is people are saying that he has stated that he filed the trademark so he could hold it for Walter, which I'm like, yeah, all right, buddy. Right? Like, put that next to the bridge you're trying to sell us.
Bro, so they're saying that the white dude trying to trademark tenderism, that's cold. You should be putting it in his name, bro. That's his shit, bro. Don't let me be quiet.
All right, but yeah, he has nothing to do with Destination Smokehouse. He's just an independent attorney who filed for this trademark.
And so the public is feeling like, hey,
my bad. It's not the dude. It's not the dude. It's the attorney.
Someone's trying to steal Mr. Tenderism's brand. Now, Mr. Harris did make a statement on TikTok basically saying he's a black man. He wasn't trying to steal tenderism, but he knew or he feared that other people would try to steal it. So he trademarked it first. He's an attorney. Mr. Kenneth Harris is an attorney. He trademarked it first. He's been
Oh, that's an ambulance shit. Check on y'all people shit.
trying to get in contact with Mr. Tenderism to transfer over ownership to him, but he's been unsuccessful. Now, the other thing is, when I did my little deep dive in legal research, Kenneth is not the only one who has filed a trademark. Now, Mr. Harris filed his trademark for the word tenderism in 2 different classes. He filed that as early as November 16th, 2025. But subsequently, we have a whole separate person who has filed for a trademark, and guess who that is? Now, we've all heard of the restaurant Destination Smokehouse.
Right.
But when you check the trademark records, there's a separate company called Diamond Smokehouse who filed subsequent trademarks after attorney Kenneth Harris.
Now, follow this. White folks are brilliant, bruh. So, Walter is now going around thinking he's an owner of Destination Smokehouse, right? He has some ownership in Destination Smokehouse. However, the trademark was filed under another corporation called Diamond Smokehouse, which we would assume Walter has no ownership in because Walter isn't listed on any of the paperwork. What a lot of folks believe is they are letting Walter know, bro, you are an owner. You know, this is your business too, under Destination Smokehouse. And they probably did that so Walter won't see any red flags when they go ahead and proceed to apply to own the trademark of Walter's name and his catchphrase, because Walter probably is under the assumption the trademark is being owned by the business that I have ownership in, not knowing that trademark was filed for another corporation that you have no stake in whatsoever.
And so inquiring minds are probably thinking, well, who is Diamond Smokehouse? Because the white boy we see on TikTok with Mr. Walt, Mr. Tenderism, his company is called Destination Smokehouse. But you know, we do thorough research around here. So let's figure out who owns Diamond Smokehouse. Now, when I did my research on the California Secretary of State site, when you search Diamond Smokehouse, the owner, as you can see below, is Nicholas Yapriman. Okay? Now, let's go search for Destination Smokehouse and see, is it the same owner? All right, so when you pull the formal paperwork for Destination Smokehouse, you can see the name at the top. In the section that says officers, you see the same name, Nicholas Yapirian.
Cold.
So
cold game, bro.
That Diamond Smokehouse, who filed the trademark for Tenderism, is owned by Nicholas, who also owns Destination Smokehouse.
Cold game, bro.
Now there's some.
So the white homie in the videos is finna own it all. It's pretty much, bro. That's cold, bro. Cold game, bro. Media
that hey, Mr. Tenderism actually is a business owner with Nicholas, and he owns a portion of Destination Smokehouse. As we can see from the official paperwork, that is not true. Walt, Mr. Tenderism, he's not listed on any of the formal paperwork. The only way he would have an ownership interest in the company is if they transferred ownership shares of the corporation to him, and it would have to be memorialized in writing, some type of contract.
Boy, it's gonna be some real smoke up in that smokehouse, boy.
Contract,
no cap.
You have to receive the shares, things like that. I'm willing to bet that has not happened. Now, the other thing that comes into play before we get to a resolution is this. The employee-employer relationship is always important when it comes to who owns the intellectual property. Typically, when you work for an employer as their employee, what you produce in your day-to-day duties as a part of your employment belongs to the corporation, the employer, okay? However, if you are an independent contractor, the same is not so. Now, from what I've seen in these videos, from what my intuition is saying, there is no employee-employer relationship. It looks like Mr. Tenderism is an independent contractor. And if that is the case, then Destination Smokehouse, Diamond Smokehouse, what are any of the Destination Smokehouse's affiliate companies, they have no ownership in Mr. Tenderism's intellectual property. None at all. He's an independent contractor. All right? But obviously, we would need more facts and information to fully clarify that.
Wow, bruh. Now, worst case scenario here, I'm talking about worst case scenario, Walter owns nothing. Walter probably got like a revenue share. He got a percentage of the revenue. For example, a 20% revenue share is not the same as 20% ownership in a business.
Facts.
Like, for example, if let's say, I don't know, I get like an editor, right? And I tell the editor, hey, I'll give you 20% of the business revenue. He has a 20% revenue share. Now, he might go around saying, man, I'm not no employee. I get a percentage of the revenue. Nah, I'm an owner. You're not an owner. You have percentage of the revenue. So I think Walter, probably not knowing any better, is getting revenue share and thinking he's the owner. when they look at the paperwork, no, buddy, like you're
That's
nowhere
cold.
to be. No, sorry, buddy, is not that.
Yeah, his name ain't in the paperwork, but it's key now. 2026, it's 2026. Post 2025, man, it's key to have your own shit, bro. It's key to start working on your own shit, working towards your own ownership is key, bro. To whoever listening, man, ownership is key. Find you something, start you something you want to do with yourself. Ownership is key, though. Don't give nobody your business. Don't partner with nobody, and if you do partner with somebody, make sure it's somebody that you trust, and y'all can grow that together. But don't be ownership and really own something, like, and be proud of it. No cap.
Okay, it's not that at all.
Ownership,
Not only that,
man.
but them folks about to own your name, bro.
Facts.
You
That's
won't be able to
cold.
call yourself Mr. Tenderism if you leave this corporation. Understand
At
that,
all.
bro.
At all.
Now, obviously, that's probably done to protect their business, right? Because if he takes Mr. Tenderism and the brand and the catchphrase and the everything, and he takes that brand to another.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. Because then if you take it to another smokehouse, they trying to protect it because they don't want him to leave. And if things go bad, they don't want him to take it to another smokehouse. Talking about Tenderism, and then everybody going to that smokehouse instead of Destination Smokehouse. I get it. But that's still cold. He deserves ownership, no cap. Especially the way he putting y'all on the map, the way he is, bro. He deserves some ownership.
Now, guess what? He's making that smokehouse bigger than right. So I could see why they're doing it that way. But man, I couldn't have been any more wrong.
So the way that Mr. Tenderism can protect his brand, regardless of the current trademarks that are filed for the word Tenderism, is he needs to copyright and trademark his likeness. Okay, just like we bought the Ain't She Mama syrup because the black woman was on there, a pretty wholesome looking black woman that looked like she knew how to get down in the kitchen. The same way we bought that syrup because of her likeness being on the bottle, Mr. Tenderism could have the same effect. The only difference is we want Mr. Tenderism to own it, okay? Right. So the way he would protect his likeness and his image is to find his favorite photo of himself, something similar to this, where he got the hat on and everything and the mustache and all the things that we know him for, and copyright it and trademark it, right? And this way, this will solidify his particular brand regardless of the word Tenderism being going through a trademark fight right now. Because you know what? He could slap his photo of himself on any products and we would buy it because now we know, okay, this is his product. This is him, okay? He can slap his photo on a logo for his own restaurant, just like KFC, just like McDonald's. When we see KFC, when we see the old white man with the gray beard and all that, we know it's KFC, okay? And he could do the same thing with his own restaurant, and that is how he would save his brand.
Right now where he's at, but you got a lot of business owners, a lot of venture capitalists. They are rubbing their hands like Birdman, looking for an opportunity to get in business with Mr. Tenderism and start his own restaurant. Like, yo, he won't have to spend a dime of his own money. Yo, my only issue in the last video was you're telling this man to leave people who's been loyal and good to him. Well, now that it's coming out, they may not have been as loyal or good to him as we thought.
No
might
cap.
Be time to shake, man. All right, let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think about?
Y'all let me know how y'all feel. If y'all put a place on the map thinking y'all part owner and all this extra stuff, y'all put a place on the map, get it viral, all this, just to find out that you're not even on no type of paperwork at all. What would y'all do? Me personally, it's time to get some attorneys involved and let's get this legal action going because I need to separate myself or at least protect myself in case things don't go right. But yeah, man, that's the video. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Drop a like, comment, subscribe. If y'all rock with me, man, share the channel. Other than that, y'all be safe. I'm gonna get at y'all on the next one.